KCAA, NBC News Talk Radio.
It's controlled chaos on KCAA 1050 AM 106.5 102.3 FM in the Inland Empire. I'm Gary Garver. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? It is Thursday morning, and there's so much to talk about. There's just so much to talk about. We're going to talk about Trump and Putin. I guess Trump wants to meet with Putin again, and he's calling the news media, the media like us, like me, the enemy of the American people. Okay, really, dude? I think you're the enemy of the American people myself. You know what I mean? With all your rhetoric and BS. But before we get into Trump and all that, because everybody's talking about it, and you go on and on and on about it. By the way, Time Magazine's cover, I guess this week's cover or next week's cover, is a picture of Trump and Putin morphed into one person. That's what I'm going to get. That's a keepsake, man, because these two clowns, they're both clowns. Let's just call it what it. You got Bozo on our side, and then Putin is just like, he looks like a rat, doesn't he? A little rat running around. These two are something else, man. I don't get it. And that Helsinki summit was a joke. Trump had to take back his words. Wouldn't. I meant would. Wouldn't. Did I say would or wouldn't? I'm not sure. I can't remember. I have no reason why it would be Russia or it wouldn't be Russia. I mean, give me a break. And all the Republicans, okay, Donald, you know what, Donald? Oh, you're right, Donald. It was wouldn't. I mean, would. It was would. I believe everything you say, Donald. It's the fake news. Yeah, the news media. I'm Bozo the Clown. The Orange Man. Anyways, we can get a little bit more into that because there's a lot of things about Trump. I guess he did an interview with CBS News, which I actually watched. It's part 2 tonight if you want to. It was part 1 yesterday, and now it's part 2 tonight. He talks about who he wants to run, his dream matchup, and we'll play a clip of that in a minute. But I want to talk about the ESPY Awards. I watched that yesterday or last night, and actually I sort of like the ESPY Awards. It's not a bunch of kiss-assing, but it's so sad. I don't know if you watched it last night, but it's so depressing and sad, and it really was. I mean, the ESPYs really make a social statement more so than the Oscars or the Grammys or any of these other awards ceremonies. The ESPYs really tear at your heart, you know, and the Arthur Ashe Award was won by, and I don't know if it's even, you could call it a win, like 141 women or girls who were gymnastics that were allegedly abused or were abused by Larry Nassar, you know, the USA gymnastics doctor, came up on stage. And it was really a moving tribute to the girls. And, you know, there's probably hundreds of girls. I mean, I was just thinking, like, this guy, like, had sexually abused all these women, and I wonder if he's in jail going, yeah, man, I got all those chicks, man, I got them all, they didn't know what I was doing, you know. I mean, I don't know if it was that creepy, you know. I just felt like the creep factor was there. So anyways, like 141 of the survivors were honored with the Arthur Ashe Award, and then another really sad moment was Jim Kelly. Remember the Buffalo Bills quarterback Jim Kelly took the Buffalo Bills to 4 straight Super Bowls, lost them all. I really like Jim Kelly as a quarterback. I think he was one of the best quarterbacks. Of course, he was a Hall of Fame. He's a Hall of Famer. And Dan Marino and John Elway got up there and you know, sort of did a tribute to him. But Jim Kelly, like, lost his son, Hunter, to a very rare disease a few years ago, about 10 years ago. And then right after that, he got like this jaw cancer or throat cancer and stuff like that. And if you watched it, it was just really sad to see like Dan Marino and John Elway. Yeah, and basically they came out in the class of 1983. They were like 5 quarterbacks that were drafted in the first round, and Kelly and Elway and Marino were 3 of them. But to see Dan Marino and John Elway all looking good and stuff like that, and then Jim Kelly just couldn't talk, and he looked all frail, and it was just so sad that he won the Jimmy V Award for courage. And I mean, it was really a moving speech that Jim Kelly gave, and it was just so sad to see him that way. And I was like, man, this is really depressing. You know what I mean? Like the Nasser victims, and then Jim Kelly, and then there was a tribute to the best coaches that got shot in Florida. Remember that stupid a-hole who shot up the school? And I'm like, man, this is. I mean, I was like moved and depressed and touched. All at the same time. It was really weird. But anyways, again, they had these fashion. I mean, these athletes are wearing this weird fashion. I don't know if you would ever wear this, but would you wear like Odell Beckham was wearing it, and one other dude was wearing the suit with the shorts. It's not like it's a suit. It's like a suit, but they're wearing shorts. And it's like, instead of wearing long pants, I'm like, I wouldn't be caught dead in that. I'm sorry. I don't get that fashion statement at all. Are we turning? I mean, are men turning into women or something? I mean, I saw like Danica Patrick wore it. By the way, she was the host, and she wasn't that funny, to tell you the truth. She should have stayed just having sex with Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. But, I'm like, I wouldn't be caught dead in that thing. It's like people would be looking at me like, "What are you doing, you idiot?" I mean, I don't know. If I'm wearing shorts, I'm wearing like a cool T-shirt and sandals. That's what I'm wearing, or if when I'm playing golf or whatever. So, anyways, it was sort of interesting. And the other interesting thing during the telecast, because they're all wearing, they're flashing to the crowd and stuff like that. Well, Caitlyn Jenner was there with her, and Caitlyn Jenner's like 68 years old, okay, former Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner, and I guess she, because of course, yesterday I had Mia Isabella on the show, and she was very offended by me calling her a man, even though she still has a penis. So, you can make your own conclusions, the transgender thing. But anyways, Caitlyn Jenner was with her 21. Now, Caitlyn Jenner, 68, with her 21-year-old girlfriend. Okay, Sophia. What the hell is this chick's name? Sophia, blah, 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 blah. Sophia Hutchins. Thank you very much. Snap, my story just went away. So, anyway, now listen, Caitlyn Jenner is shacked up. I guess Sophia Hutchins lives in her Malibu. She's 21. Caitlyn Jenner, 68. Okay, good. Now, do you think, now let me ask you a question, people of Earth. Do you think Caitlyn Jenner said, you know what, I'm going to turn into a woman, but I'm going to keep my penis. I'm going to keep my penis, but I'm going to turn into a woman so I can get hot chicks? Because at 68 years old, being a man, and you're trying to date a 21-year-old chick, that seems perverted, right? But if I turn into a transgender and I'm 68 and I turn into a woman, I can date 21-year-old women and 25-year-old. I can do that, and nobody's going to look down upon me because I'm transgender, and I made a complete statement doing that. So if I date a 21-year-old, there's no statement. They're going to, oh, that's so nice. Look at, she's dating a 21-year-old girl. And then I get to keep my penis, too. So I still get to have sex with her like a man, but I'm really a woman. But am I really a woman? I don't know. But I get to date hot chicks. Okay, I'm just saying, it's my theory. Anyways, Control Chaos, KCAATV, 106.5, 102.3 FM. What do you think? Inquiring minds want to know. What do you guys think about that? But anyways, Caitlyn Jenner was there with her 21-year-old girlfriend. And some of the outfits that these cats were wearing, I mean, I wouldn't be caught dead in. I don't know, man. I mean, I sort of like to look cool and hip and stuff like that. But that stuff is like beyond being cool and hip. Come on, man. Come on. The pants, I know LeBron James started this whole thing, with the shorts, with the suit shorts thing. But I'm sorry, it looks stupid. I'm sorry, people. It looks stupid. I wouldn't be wearing that. All right, listen, we got plenty of stories to talk about. We'll talk about Trump and Putin. Papa John's founder says it was a mistake to resign. Just because I said the N-word, you know, Colonel Sanders did that too. He used to call black people N's too, and nothing happened to him. Wake up, Whitey. Come on. All right, we'll be back with more chaos right after this.
NBC Talk Radio, 1050 AM.
Are you having trouble getting a good night's sleep? Is it affecting your work and personal life? Do you snore so loud that you rattle the walls? Well, South Pacific Sleep Lab can help you out. South Pacific Sleep Lab will provide you with a personal sleep study to help you find out how to get a great night of rest. Snoring, weight gain, health issues, and stress are some of the contributing factors for lack of sleep. South Pacific Sleep Lab will do a complete study, including evaluating you with an overnight study of your sleep patterns. With locations in Glendora, Anaheim, Encino, and Los Angeles, South Pacific Sleep Lab can provide you with the help you need 24 hours a day, 7 days a week by calling 310-999-1887 to schedule an appointment today. That's 310-999-1887. Start resting easy and sleeping sound today.
I'm Jim O'Hare. I'm here to help raise awareness for CADASIL, a genetic disorder that affects 1 in 25,000 people. CADASIL can cause strokes in young adults, leading to memory loss and dementia. Patients may experience migraines with aura and mood disorders as early as 20 years old. Presently, CADASIL is being underdiagnosed and often misdiagnosed as MS or some other neurological disorder. So please visit curecadasil.org and learn more about this devastating disease and learn what you can do to help find a cure.
Are you having trouble sleeping? Are you always tired and worn out? Is it affecting your work and personal life? Well, South Pacific Sleep Lab can help you out. South Pacific Sleep Lab provides a personal study of your sleep patterns. With their trained specialists, they will diagnose your sleep habits and will give you a prognosis for getting a great relaxing night of sleep. South Pacific Sleep Lab has locations throughout Southern California, including Fontana, and will provide transportation to any of their locations at no cost to you. To find out more, give them a call at 844-SAD-5050. That's 844-SAD-5050. South Pacific Sleep Lab. Start resting easy and sleeping sound today.
Hi, my name is Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Most people would love to be in the stock market, but they're scared not being in. They're scared about not getting out in time. Well, that is over, because now you can join Phil's Gang and my stock video program and follow me with specific stock on the video, and you will be out in time.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
This is Judge Herb Dodell, and our show is called For the People. It's available every Monday at 4 o'clock, 4 to 5, and we'll be talking about all kinds of things pertaining to the law and how it really works from the inside as opposed to the outside. So tune in and learn all you need to know about the legal system and how it works.
Hey golfers, it's Gary Garver. Come join me for a great day of fun on the golf course. It's the second annual Live Like Kayla Charity Golf Tournament being held Monday, August 6th at the Rancho San Luis Club in Rancho Santa Fe, California. This is a nonprofit event that benefits the Live Like Kayla Scholarship Fund. The foundation's goal is to make an impact on our communities that will inspire positive social change in our youth and the underprivileged through scholarships and education. For more information and to sign up to play, go to livelikekayla.org. That's livelikekayla.org. You can also give them a call at 760-466-8064. That's 760-466-8064. The second annual Live Like Kayla Charity Golf Tournament, August 6th at the Rancho San Luis Club in Rancho Santa Fe, California. It's going to be a great time. for a great cause.
No disrespect, but I can't watch no black movies with getting dogged out, 12 years a slave, Roots, Underground. I can't watch none of that shit. Sick of this shit. How the they gonna put Roots on Memorial Day? They gonna just keep beating that in our heads of how they did us, huh? I mean, I don't understand America. They just want to just keep showing the abuse that we took hundreds and hundreds of years ago. But guess what? We taking the same abuse. Think about that part. When y'all gonna make a series about the success that black folks is having? The only success we have is Roots and 12 years a slave and like that, huh? I ain't watching that. I advise you that's real like myself, them television shows. Let's create our own based on the day, how we live and how we inspire people today. Black is what's real. That old right, Jules?
Gary Garver, Jew of the... never mind.
Right on, Snoop. Right on, baby. You got it. Let's burn some weed, man. Smoke the peace pipe. All right. Control chaos. KCAA 1050 AM 106.5, 102.3 FM in the Inland Empire. I'm Gary Garver. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be getting no sleep this weekend. Actually, I barely got any sleep today because I got up at I was actually up. The British Open, one of the four majors of golf, started at 10:30 Pacific today, last night, and I started watching it. And I'm looking to see what Tiger Woods is going to do, and I actually have like 4 or 5 different players because I bet online, and the great thing about betting these golf events and especially the majors is the odds on some of the best players in the world are astronomical. Like I have one pick, Adam Scott. Let's just pull out Adam Scott. He's won a couple majors already. He was at 75-1. So I put $10 on it. I put $10 on like 5 or 6 different players. Tiger Woods is at 20-1. Put $10 on Tiger Woods. If I win, I win $200. If Adam Scott wins, $750 on a $10 bet. It's almost better than the lotto. So, anyways, I'll be watching the British Open. And Tiger Woods at this moment is 1 under par after 2 holes. And Adam Scott, yes, Adam Scott is 2 under after 10, if you even care. All right, it is Controlled Chaos, KCAA 1050 AM 106.5, 102.3 FM in the Inland Empire. I'm Gary Garver, and I don't know. Do you want to talk? I mean, I guess check this out. It's breaking news. Trump and Putin are going to meet again. Oh my God, what kind of debacle is that going to be? Yes, Trump says he looks forward to a second Putin meeting. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin blamed forces within the United States on Thursday for marrying. Those two are married, aren't they? Secretly, for marring what they call the success of their first summit, with Trump saying he looked forward to their second meeting. And that's where he said that the media was the enemy of the American people. This is what Trump said. The summit with Russia was a great success, except with the real enemy of the people, the fake news media, Trump wrote on Twitter. This is what he said. This is what the Orange Man said. I look forward to our second meeting so that we can start implementing some of the many things we discussed, including stopping terrorism, security for Israel, nuclear proliferation, cyber attacks, trade, Ukraine, Middle East peace, North Korea, and more, Trump said. Anyways, Trump, I don't know, man. Are we so sick of this? And by the way, Robert Mueller or whatever the hell your name is, let's just get on with it. Either indict Trump or let's just call it what it is and just a bunch of BS. Is it just a bunch of BS, or is there going to be indictments on Trump? Because the American people are getting sick of this crap. We are so sick of this, man. Every day, you know what I mean? If we have to deal with Trump, we got to deal with him. But let's just get on with it. Either let's, indict his ass. It's been a year and a half now. So, indict his ass or say there's nothing to it and let's move on. Because we're all getting fed up with this. We're so tired of this BS, man. I mean, it's crazy. And speaking of which, I guess, like I said earlier, CBS News did an interview. Trump sat down with CBS News. He didn't sit down with CNN or MSN or any of those guys, but he sat down with CBS News. And this is part. They asked him what his about matching up with his opponent in 2020, and this is Donald Trump's dream matchup. Here we go with the Orange Man. I hope, maybe not. You never know.
Let me ask you about 2020.
Okay.
Who do you think your Democratic opponent will be? Joe Biden says he'll make a decision by January.
Well,
Tough opponent?
I dream about Biden. That's a dream. Look, Joe Biden ran 3 times. He never got more than 1%. And President Obama took him out of the garbage heap, and everybody was shocked that he did. I'd love to have it be Biden. I think I'd like to have any one of those people that we're talking about. You know, there's probably the group of 7 or 8 right now. I'd like to run against any one of them. But Biden never by himself could never do anything. President Obama took him, made him vice president, and he was fine. But you go back and look at how he succeeded in running when he ran 2 or 3 times. I don't think he ever broke one. He was at the 1 or less level, 1% or less level.
Well, let me just tell you something, Donald Trump. As an independent voter who did not vote for Hillary Clinton, I will vote for Joe Biden in a second to get rid of your ass. And I believe me, independents like me who did not vote in the election because we couldn't stomach either one of you two, Clinton or you, are going to vote. And believe me, our voices are going to, the independent, it's not going to be about Democrats and Republicans because you guys are so far right and so far left. Both of you are totally disgusting, okay? You liberals and conservatives are so on the opposite ends that you guys are just disgusting. You're like a big turd sitting out there in the hot summer heat, steaming. You are. I'm telling you, both parties are. But the people that are going to make the difference are people like me, the independents, that don't care about your views or points of view or your hatred towards each other. You know what I mean? And you're so far right or so far left. It's going to be the middleman this time that's going to decide the election. And let me tell you something, Trump. I guarantee you there's a lot more people like me that can't stand you, that know your BS and your rhetoric. It's just, it's crazy. I mean, look at on the world stage Monday in front of Putin, who everybody agrees. I mean, Christopher Wray says that the Mueller investigation is not a witch hunt. Sean Spicer, remember your former communications director, came out and said Mueller's investigation is not a witch hunt, okay? Like you're saying all the time, fake news media. But let me just tell you something, Orange Man. Believe me, there's people like me out there that are going to vote against you because you are just such an a-hole and so full of S. You're a big steaming, you know what, okay? I mean, you're out there in the summer heat steaming away. And we're going to get rid of your ass. Unless the Democrats completely screw this up, and they could, because the Democrats are a bunch of buffoons too. They're like your sidekick, you know what I mean? I mean, Bozo the Clown, he didn't really have a sidekick, but you're sort of, they need one because you guys go hand in hand. It's crazy. But I know for a fact people like me are going to vote this time. And if Joe Biden runs or Bernie Sanders runs, I'm voting for them. I don't know about Elizabeth Warren. I'm not really too sure about her. She seems like she's way out there on the outer reaches of the far left. But somebody that's sort of, you know, down the middle, a real person will kick your ass. And believe me, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So people like me, independents, are going to vote your ass out. Well, maybe you'll get out before that. Maybe you'll be indicted, like I've been saying. I still think an indictment's coming down in the near future. My prediction, Garverdamus predicts, before the Senate nominee for the Supreme Court nominee goes before the Senate committee to be nominated and be approved, I believe the Mueller investigation will come out and indict your ass. And then you and Putin can go bitch about the fake news then. All right, there you go. All right, hey, check this out. I don't know if you know about this, but I talked about this, I don't know, a couple months ago, that there was an initiative on the ballot for November that was going to divide California into 3 different states. Remember this? And it actually passed to get on the ballot in November. And Southern California, Los Angeles, it's weird because you'd think that they'd go Northern California and Southern California, I don't know, and then the desert or something like that. But the part where Los Angeles, where I'm at, would go all the way up to Monterey. Okay, and I'm like, oh, really? So I'd be a part of Monterey and Morro Bay and stuff like that. I like that. I like that state. I sort of dig that. It's all coastal from Los Angeles all the way up to Monterey. And then you got the Silicon Valley and all that. And then I guess in Riverside County, LA County and Riverside County would be completely split off. With all San Diego and Riverside County being a part of one, and then like Marin County and up in San Francisco would be another one, and then the coastal area would be where Los Angeles would be, all the way up to Monterey. So anyways, it was going to go on the ballot. It actually got enough signatures. Well, lo and behold, a judge struck that down yesterday. So the three-state initiative will not be on the ballot in November, which I don't know, man. It's like splitting up California. And then what? Oh, then we got to figure out what's going on with our taxes. We got to pick don't we have to pick new governors? We get senators, all that. So I think then that'd be another total chaos for the state of California. Don't we have enough chaos here in California with the taxes and the traffic and the home prices and our homeless plight? We have enough issues to deal with. I like the fact that the judge struck it down for now. You know what I mean? But it'd be sort of nice to just be a part of the Monterey Peninsula. All right. We'll be back more chaos right after these important messages. It's controlled chaos, by the way.
NBC Talk Radio, 1050 AM, KCAA.
Hi, my name is Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Most people would love to be in the stock market, but they're scared not being in. They're scared about not getting out in time. Well, that is over, because now you can join Phil's Gang and my stock video program and follow me with specific stock on the video, and you will be out in time.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month? philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
Hey golfers, it's Gary Garver. Come join me for a great day of fun on the golf course. It's the second annual Live Like Kayla Charity Golf Tournament being held Monday, August 6th at the Rancho San Luis Club in Rancho Santa Fe, California. This is a non-profit event that benefits the Live Like Kayla Scholarship Fund. The foundation's goal is to make an impact on our communities that will inspire positive social change in our youth and the underprivileged through scholarships and education. For more information and to sign up to play, go to livelikekayla.org. That's livelikekayla.org. You can also give them a call at 760-466-8064. That's 760-466-8064. The second annual Live Like Kayla Charity Golf Tournament, August 6th at the Rancho San Luis Club in Rancho Santa Fe, California. It's going to be a great time for a great cause.
Are you having trouble getting a good night's sleep? Is it affecting your work and personal life? Do you snore so loud that you rattle the walls? Well, South Pacific Sleep Lab can help you out. South Pacific Sleep Lab will provide you with a personal sleep study to help you find out how to get a great night of rest. Snoring, weight gain, health issues, and stress are some of the contributing factors for lack of sleep. South Pacific Sleep Lab will do a complete study, including evaluating you with an overnight study of your sleep patterns. With locations in Glendora, Anaheim, Encino, and Los Angeles, South Pacific Sleep Lab can provide you with the help you need 24 hours a day, 7 days a week by calling 310-999-1887 to schedule an appointment today. That's 310-999-1887. Start resting easy and sleeping sound today.
This is Gary Garver, and I've written a book called Radio Blows. It's all about my career in the radio business, my time with the Howard Stern Show, and celebrity interviews, my top 10 cool celebrities and my top 10 uncool celebrities. Here's a sample of a couple cool ones and a couple uncool ones.
Make a citizen's arrest on me?
Yeah, I'm gonna take this stuff here.
Yeah?
All right, I'm holding you. Call,
Yeah.
get the marshal.
Get the
see.
marshal?
We'll see who's wrong. We'll see
You
who's
gonna get
wrong.
the marshal right now?
We'll see who's wrong.
Are you one of the scary morning people who are going to ask horrible things? You got that look. Are you?
Do I have that look?
You do. You got the look like, watch me do something I would have in second grade.
If you're forced into gay sex, who would you choose?
I don't get forced into anything.
Thanks a lot, Jack.
If you're on a desert island and you had a choice of making love to Pamela Lee or Janet Reno, who would you choose?
That's a question I don't want to answer because my wife might be listening to the show.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay, Radio Blows, available now on Amazon, Amazon.com, and Kindle. Radio Blows. If you want to get in the radio business or find out the inner workings of radio, it's a must-read book.
So this is Robin Leach about to turn the tables now on Gary. All right. So, you know, one of the biggest firings in television history and the radio station business was you getting the end of a chopping from Howard Stern. Exactly why were you fired?
I was on the red carpet one day, and I got into a hassle with security and a publicist, and it got ugly, and they called Sirius Satellite Radio, called Scott Greenstein, who's the president, and said that they'd never have any more of their clients on Sirius Radio. So Howard had to let me go.
Did you feel badly that Howard didn't come to your rescue and when you were exercising free speech?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, Howard writes these questions. I've been out over 400 events. I probably got thrown out about at least 100 events. And, yeah, I mean, I feel bad. Yeah, it hurt.
So you have a real vendetta against Howard Stern?
I don't have a vendetta against Howard.
See, he doesn't like it when the tables are turned.
I said I don't have a vendetta.
So if Howard's here now, you probably knee him right in the groin or ask him if he needed a blowguard.
I would say you're the greatest broadcaster of all time, and I love you. That's what I would say, Robin. Come on.
The man that Howard Stern fired and said he would never work in radio again. That's right. It's the second coming of Gary Garver.
All right. All right, it's Control Chaos, KCAA 1050 AM, 106.5, 102.3 FM in the Inland Empire. I'm Gary Garver. I got a call from an old friend of mine. I'll put him on in a minute, but I just got to talk about this Papa John's dude, John Schnattner. Schnattner. My name's John Schnattner. I'm Papa John. Anyways, the fact is, you know, he got on a conference call with some media. He was doing, what was it? You know, not media, but public relations people or, you know, marketing service, marketing agency. And he was on a conference call with him, and he used the N-word, came out, and basically he lost his company. He founded Papa John's, and he lost his company. And he says, well, Colonel Sanders used to use the N-word, and nobody had any problem with that. But that's what this dude said. I mean, I can say N. Colonel Sanders uses the N-word. Kentucky Fried Chicken, right? So anyways, the family of Kentucky Fried Chicken, Colonel Harlan Sanders, has come to his defense after Papa John's founder, John Schnattner, suggested the Colonel had used the N-word but hadn't faced criticism for doing so. Shatner resigned as chairman last week after admitting and apologizing for using the racial slur, the N-word, during a conference call. His likeness is being removed from the pizza chain's marketing and packaging. Shatner was on a call with marketing agency Laundry Service in May when he tried to downplay comments he made about the National Football League and allegedly said, Colonel Sanders called blacks N's and complained that the KFC founder never faced public backlash. The call was a role-playing exercise for Schnattner to prevent future public relations fumbles and came to notice after Forbes magazine reported it last week. Then on Friday, Schnattner told Louisville radio station WHAS that he was just talking the way the Colonel talked. The Colonel always used to use the N-word. Why can't I? Colonel Sanders' grandson, Trig Adams, told the Louisville Courier-Journal on Wednesday that is an absolute lie that Sanders used a racial slur or any other racially offensive words. He's a weasel, Adams said about Schnattner, the Courier-Journal reporter, because he's prejudiced. He's trying to say somebody else was too. Colonel Sanders had absolutely no prejudice. His name was Harlan Sanders, by the way. Colonel Sanders had absolutely no prejudice against anybody. Sanders, who died in 1980, donated more than $20 million to charities, including to black churches, Adams added. So anyways, Papa John's trying to say, well, the Colonel said the N-word. How the hell would Papa John know what Colonel Sanders said? I mean, the guy died 40 years ago. Papa John's about 40 years old, so I find that asinine. He's trying, again, somebody else, I'm trying to cover thy ass. I didn't say the N-word. I didn't say would. I said wouldn't or would. Colonel Sanders used the N-word. I can too. You know, it's just these people are such morons. I swear to God, they stick their foot in their effing mouths all the time. It's just so funny to hear just the lies. And Trump's like the head of the crew, man. All right, listen, let's get to this cat. He was my board op when I did my show in Tampa, Florida. And he's a veteran, and he's always hitting me up about veterans affairs and how the veterans are getting screwed over. I got Bill Apgar on the phone. Bill, how are you?
How you doing, Gary Garver? I just wanted to point it out. You know what other group, racial profiles, right? That's Chinese restaurants. You never see any white people working in there.
Well, you know, listen, man. I mean, come on. You know, you can say that about a lot of businesses, okay? I wouldn't call it racial profiling. I would just call it there's probably family members or, you know, the friends of their community. I mean, come on. You know, give me a break. Okay.
So where do you want to start? I mean, the VA, the Veterans Administration, you talk about profiling. They do social prejudice profiling.
All right, well, hold on. Let's start with this. Okay, Bill, you used to be my board op in Tampa and Clearwater, Florida. And then you're very good, by the way. You're a great board op. You did a great job.
Oh, thanks.
No, I really appreciate it. That's before I started the Control Chaos radio show. And I was just starting getting back into radio. This was like 2011, so I've known you 2010. I think it was 2010 I actually started getting back into the radio business, and I was doing a weekly show in Clearwater, Florida, Tampa, Florida, Las Vegas, and Lake Tahoe. And then about 4 years ago, I came. What?
We're only 39.
Yeah, right. You wish. Okay, so anyways, and now we used to go back and forth about the veterans and all that. You know, I'm a big advocate of how the government is completely screwing over the veterans, and they get no help from the government at all. And but the government and the congressman will kiss your ass left and right, right? The congressman will kiss your ass left and right at some big event like the All-Star game or something like that, and then the next day you're on the streets living as a homeless person. Correct? Am I right about this or not?
You're right, Gary Garver. The problem is that whether it's Republican or Democrat or those in the media, you know, they only pick out a selective few. That's what I'm saying. They practice this social prejudice phrase, which is most of the time it's 9/11. Wounded Warrior Project is a big supporter of that phrase. Also, our own Veterans Administration utilizes that phrase. So, for instance, you know, I'm military sexual trauma, got a grease gun stuck up the hiney.
Wait,
so
you gotta be careful. Hold on. You gotta be careful what you say. So, hold on. What part of the service did you serve in?
The Navy. So
okay, so you're in the Navy for how long? Hold on. Listen. Okay, so please, no jokes. I'm gonna try to be serious about this, Bill. All right. Well, how long were you in the? Okay. Well, how long were you in the service for? How long were you in the Navy for?
Here in 3 months. Went in October 1988 and was honorably discharged January 90 due to the military sexual trauma, which is documented in my military file.
So what happened? You got somebody did something sexually to you? What, another Navy person or what? What happened?
During egress training, the whole ship trains on how to get out of their compartment. So in my division, weapons, where there was like 30 people at the time, the two first classes, the first guy that put the blindfold on to get spun around and disoriented, if he came over to you, you was just to push him away because he's trying to get out of the compartment. We're training for fire and water if it gets in the compartment.
Right. If you get hit by a missile or something like that, or something, or you run into another ship or something or whatever. So you're training like you're training to like when you're disoriented to be able to get the hell out of the ship. So okay, so you're spun around with a blindfold. Okay, so what happens?
So they did this to this first guy. So me and my buddy McCrary from Pinckneyville, Illinois, are watching this, and the guy ends up in the back of the compartment, and the two first classes say, "Okay, get him." And he tried to fight him, and then the two first classes said, "Just resist." So they wrestled him to the ground. They removed his dungarees and his underwear and pinned his arms and legs to the ground and went with a chemical grease gun, grease 680 and chemical soap into his backside. And I told my buddy, I said, "I don't want to do that." He goes, "I don't want to do that either." I said, "Let's go to lunch." He goes, "Yeah, let's go to lunch." So we try to get ready to get out to go to lunch, and the first class goes, "Hey, Mr. Bill, hey, Hapcar, where are you and McCrary going?" We said, "We're going to lunch pay off today." "Oh, no, you're part of this. You pushed him." I said, "That's all we did. We didn't do what you did in the back." He goes, "Oh, yeah, you did." I said, "No, we didn't." And so I just turned to go out of the compartment to go to lunch, and it was that quick, Gary Garver, snap of a finger, and I was the next one. And I wasn't resisting. And they did it to me, and then they let me up, and I was shaking. I looked down at my underwear. There's the chemical grease on in my underwear. And I looked over at the CO2 fire bottle. I wanted to take that and mash the first class's face in. He told me to pull my pants. I pulled it up. He says, "What are you going to do?" And I was like Roadrunner. I was gone.
So really, so hold on. So these officers, these first class officers, basically sexually molested you guys, which is really bizarre. Like, it's sort of like
here's
weird.
The crazy thing, and even the master chief and the lieutenant supported the idea.
Wow.
And then when it went to captain's mass, me versus the two first classes, the 7 sailors, the master chief, the lieutenant, and the ensign, they were going to get in trouble, but it wasn't. It was a total joke.
Okay.
A total joke.
All right. So hold on. So this happened. So what did you do? Did you report this incident, or can you report this incident, or what do you do?
It was on November the 22nd, 1989. I went back to the Master at Arms, and while I was down at the Master at Arms, the Master Chief and the Lieutenant came down, and he said, "Let's go to medical." I said, "Let's go to medical," and the medical doctor wrote it in my file.
And that was it. And then you just they said that you were. Did these officers or anything face any type of criminal charges or any punishment or anything like that?
Saying the captain of the ship was going to demote them, but he didn't.
He didn't.
All he did was made everybody write an essay, which was the stupidest thing I ever heard of. And then once I got an honorable discharge, you know what the government does wrong you after you get an honorable discharge? They give you a personality disorder. Look that up. There are many thousands of veterans that have the personality discharge. So when I should have had a disability claim on the date of my discharge,
right?
But I went for years. Through the 90s and through the 2000s and until like 2009, I tried to file a claim, and it got denied because I filed it from my back. And then in 2010, I took the PTSD test. And that's when I got 70%.
Okay.
And then a year later, I got 100% permanent total. But I try to fight retroactive pay back to the time of my honorable discharge. That's what I'm saying. If you look major news story right now, sexual traumatized disabled veteran survivors, whatever you want to call it, military sexual trauma survivors, we don't have national media attention. We don't have access to big lawyers. We don't have fat paychecks.
Right.
But if you look in right now, you know who this Representative Jim Jordan is of Ohio? You see this Ohio State University sex abuse?
Yeah.
It's national attention. What else is national attention? Catholic Church sexual trauma survivors, Penn State trauma survivors.
But they don't do anything for for the military, man. And the military takes a lot of it. Yeah.
And what happens to us? We're labeled mental.
Right.
We're labeled mental, Gary.
Yeah.
That's how sad it is. I mean,
it is sad.
Am I angry? Yes.
I don't blame
am I
you.
Angry? Do I see a psychologist now, which is great. He's a great guy. It's not at the VA. It's out in the community.
So this happened back in 1980. This happened like 30 years ago almost to the day.
But over my career, I lost a lot of radio jobs, and I look back, and that was part of the anger. Once I got paid by the government, it's like once you see your new car everywhere, once you know that you're screwed by Uncle Sam, it's like pouring gasoline on a fire, Gary.
Right.
The anger just it increased, And, it just recently got me in trouble by the Inspector General's office.
Well,
and I'm trying to get out of that now.
Well, listen, man, you got, first of all, Bill, you got to mellow out, okay? I mean, I know you went through trauma. The government screwed you. Thank God you finally got your benefits after 20 years. But this is what goes on, and this is what I talk about in our society, how we do not take care of our veterans. And you're absolutely right. Last night on the ESPYs, they marched the 140 women, or 141 women or girls that were sexually abused by Larry Nassar with USA Gymnastics. But you're right. You never hear about the military and the sexual abuse there. They bury it, and this is, I'm glad. Go ahead.
Happens every day. Every day it happens. And in the congressmen and senators do nothing about it. I've even asked Garrett Sinise, Lieutenant Dan. He was at a function for veterans. Hey, Garrett, Mr. Sinise, about military sexual trauma? Oh, I'm aware of it, but I don't know anything about it.
Right.
He doesn't want to know about it.
Well, no, it's not that. It's not. You know what? The government buries it, Bill. I mean, this is what we're talking about. And this is why I'm glad you're talking about this, because the government buries this stuff. They don't want the military to be accused of sexual harassment or sexual abuse. But my friend, one of my good friends, went to West Point. Okay, right out of high school. He's one of my best friends in high school. He went to West Point. And he only lasted like 2 years. He said the abuse that he took was unbearable. I mean, this is what our military does to our soldiers and our personnel. And then the crazy thing is, then, once the people, if you can get through the hell that you go through, the initiation, the hazing, all that crap, then you go and fight in Iraq or Afghanistan or God knows where. You do your military, you do your duty, and then you come back and there's no help for you. Now you have PTSD. How many soldiers are on the streets right now living homeless? How many soldiers are living day to day on welfare? I mean, you're dealing with this. I mean, it's crazy. This is how effed up our society is. But you know what? At the All-Star game, they marched out 29 medal winners or whatever the hell it is, honorees, and standing ovation. You know what I mean? I mean, how bizarre is that to you?
It's like a cover-up, And even when they said that, the Budweiser's proud sponsors of the veteran, they were only helping veterans that have been serving in the service for the past 7 years. They're not helping no Korean War veterans or no Vietnam veterans or military sexual trauma survivor veterans. That's what I'm saying. There's no more Uncle Sam anymore.
Right.
It's Uncle Sam Dusky is what I say.
Uncle Sam Dusky. That's a good one. No, that's a good one.
If there's a ghostwriter out there that wants to help me write that book, I've been talking about it forever, Uncle Sam Dusky. Just get in touch with the Gary Garver program or go to Bill Apgar. A is an apple, P is an Paul, G is a grapefruit, A is an apple, R is in radio, BillApgar.com.
All right.
That's me.
All right, listen, man.
I like being on your program, man.
Well, I appreciate it.
How do we stop it? How do we stop it? I mean, I want to start a nonprofit for military sexual trauma veterans.
You
but
should.
I haven't found the right person to. Well, it's in the back of my mind.
You should. You should look up. You should try it. You know what? You should make. Hold on, Bill.
Warren Buffett just made billions of dollars. Why ain't Warren Buffett helping veterans out? Why isn't he giving some of the money to veterans?
Well, it's sad.
A lot of veterans out.
No, I hear you, man. And I know. Hold on. Listen, man. I know what you're talking about, and you're right. We talk a good game for our veterans, but we really don't put our money where our mouth is, especially with the government officials, the Senate, the House of Representatives. It's all a bunch of BS, man. And I'm glad you were able to speak about this and talk about this sexual abuse that you took. And finally, after you had to fight years and years and years, you went through traumatic things. You have PTSD. I know you got fired from the radio station I worked with because you have anger issues and you're very upset about what's gone on. And you have a damn well right to be upset the way you've been treated.
Well, you know what? I'd like to point out one other thing, Gary. If you question the Veterans Administration or you question your federal government, what do? They call them their henchmen, which is, I said, the Inspector General's office. Now, when the VA screws up and the Inspector General's office investigates them, it's just a statistic report. If you ever read anything about the Inspector General's office investigating the VA or any other federal government agency, it's just a report. And those people never get in trouble.
Yeah.
But the veteran and their whatever anger or they're complaining, they always get in trouble. I'm another advocate for veterans that are in trouble because that's what I'm saying.
Start a Facebook page. You should start a Facebook page on this. You know what I mean?
I had a joke, last month, being that it's, Gay Pride Month. I said I should just turn myself into Kim Kardashian and pardon myself.
Yeah, well, you should maybe turn into Caitlyn Jenner. You know what I mean? You can start dating some hot 21-year-old chicks.
I mean, I'm glad what Kim Kardashian done, but why is it that Kim Kardashian can go to President Trump and say, well, this girl needs to be out of jail, when there are thousands of other veterans in jail, and your congressman or senator is not doing nothing to help those veterans to get back into a normal lifestyle?
I'll tell you why.
And they're just sitting there in jail.
I'll tell you why. Because Kim Kardashian and Donald Trump have one thing in common. They're TV reality stars, and that's all they will be. They're reality stars. That's all. They're both TV reality stars, and that's all they ever will be. They got no soul. They got nothing. They believe me.
I will. I voted for President Trump. But I haven't seen nothing as far as for veterans. I do get somehow, some way, I accidentally clicked on his Twitter feed, so I get text messages every day from his Twitter feed. He just starts tweeting about them.
All right, well, listen, man.
9 times out of 10.
Would you vote for him again? Would you vote for him again? Yes or no? Quickly, because I got to go.
Well, I would vote for Hillary.
Neither would I, and I didn't. And by the way, I didn't. I'm just asking, would you vote for Trump again? Yes or no? Quickly, because I got to go. I got to roll. I got to get out of here. Yes or no, Bill?
Probably not.
Thank you very much. All right, hey, listen, Bill, it's great talking to you, and I'll have you back on the show because I want to get more in depth about how the veterans are treated and what you're going through and the mental issues and all that, because I think it's a damn shame what the government is doing for our veterans. They're not doing a damn thing, but they'll stand and applaud you. I'll tell you, at a baseball game or a football stadium or when you go in Congress, they'll kiss your ass, and then the next day they'll go, they'll spit on you. I got to go.
Say this.
What? Quick.
Instead of saying thank you to a veteran, go down to your local VA hospital and talk to veterans and find out which ones need help, and then help them out in that sense. If you want to give them $20 or write them a check to help pay for their gas or something like that, do that instead of giving your money to these nonprofit 501(c)(3)s that pop up on your, like pimples on your back.
All right, brother. Amen. Amen to that. All right, I got to roll, baby. All right, I got to go. Have a great weekend, and great call.
All right, I got to call President Putin.
All right, call Mr. Putin. All right, I'll talk to you later. All right, see you later. All right, that's Bill Apgar, who was my board op in Tampa Bay, and this is what we're talking about with the veterans, man. It's a complete joke, man. But we're gonna spend $12 million on a parade in November. Trump's gonna spend $12 million on a parade in November for Veterans Day. Yeah. Why don't you just give it to the friggin' veterans, the $12 million? You dope, you orange man idiot. All right. There's one vote you just lost, too. A veteran. Trump. All right. We got to go. All right. You guys take care. All things PI coming up next on KCAA 1050 AM, 106.5, 102.3 FM. I'm Gary Garver. Have a great day, humans. Go Tiger. Go Adam Scott. I need some money.
She's a runner, rebel, and a stunner. On the mirror way, saying, baby, what you gonna? Looking down the barrel of a hot metal 45. Just another way to survive. Yeah.
.1050 AM 106 KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM 106.5 FM